Good afternoon. Welcome to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. Here are the top stories. President Tinubu assures of efforts to solve Nigerian problems. Federal government to issue vehicular certificate to registered vehicles nationwide. World Bank warns poor Nigerians may hit 100 millions without palliatives. In sport, Amuson finishes third behind Camochini as Ostrava Golden Spike. Details coming up shortly. Welcome back. Now the news in details. As Nigerians join the rest of the world to celebrate this year at Eid al-Kabir, President Bola Tinubu has assured them that he is working day and night to solve the myriads of challenges facing the country. President Tinubu, in his salam message to Nigerians on Tuesday, said the decision taken so far by his administration will reform the economy and remove all impediments to growth. The president noted that he is no greater sense of duty ever recorded in history outside the enabling example of Prophet Ibrahim in offering his only son Ismail as a sacrifice to Allah. He urged Nigerians to imbibe and manifest those values of complete devotion to Allah, tolerance, patience, perseverance, selflessness, love, and compassion, which are inherent in Prophet Ibrahim's life. The federal government has commenced the issuance of Proof of Ownership Certificate (POC) for all categories of registered vehicles nationwide. Unveiling the new policy at the Baguda Kauto Press Center in Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Transportation, Abdul-Hafiz Toriola, said the certificate, which will come into force next month, would be among the requirements for annual renewed. The Permanent Secretary explained that the Proof of Ownership Certificate would affect all classes of vehicles, motorcycle, tricycle, mini vehicles, salon cars, as well as all classes of trucks, articulated vehicles and such that convey people or product from one point to the other. Speaking further, he said the Proof of Ownership Certificate will contain vital information, include the vehicle's registration details such as number plate, model of the vehicle, year of manufacture, in addition to the owner's name and addresses. Toliara reiterated that all states of the Federation are expected to begin the implementation of the new policy in July, and each vehicle owner will pay a minimum of 1,000 naira to procure the documents. In another development, the Apex government had met with officials of deposit money banks and other related institutions in Abuja on Tuesday to plan for the production of functional 3-in-1 identity cards for older citizens across the country. Speaking at the roundtable meeting with banks on the productions of senior citizens identity cards, the Director General, National Senior Citizen Center, Omokaro, said the initiative will improve the quality of life of older persons across the country in various ways. Omokaro stated that the National Senior Citizen Center's vision is a multi-purpose card that would serve as a vehicle for financial inclusion, conducive economy, and social enterprise empowerment instrument, as well as access to age-friendly physical environment outcomes for Nigerian senior citizens. While outlining the benefit of the multi-purpose ID cards to senior citizens, the director said Active Aging and Support Services (NCC) Kayode Fagbemi said the ID card will serve as both national identity card, bank card, and senior citizens cards. Away from that, the World Bank has approved a fresh $500 million loan for Nigerians to help improve the livelihood of women in Nigeria. Disclosing this in a statement, the World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, Shubham Shadru, said the fund will help to ensure better economic opportunities for Nigerian women. It will also address gender inequality, guarantee better education, health, and nutrition outcomes for families, and building women and community resilience to climate change. According to the World Bank, women empowerment is essential to their ability to build resilience to climate change and, by extension, the resilience of their household and communities. Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has called on Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of selflessness, sacrifice, and patriotism in the quest to build a virile and economically viable country. Governor Abiodun, in his message to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration, said that what Nigerians need at this critical stage of our development are sacrifices, love, and unity. According to the governor, the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son Ishmael as an act of obedience to God's command was the greatest act of obeisance which all Nigerians must imbibe to ensure national unity and economic growth. The governor reiterated the determination of his government to improve the well-being of the people of the state through various intervention programs in line with the Ishaya mantra. While congratulating Muslims in the state and Nigerians on the year's celebration, Governor Abiodun urged them to follow the example laid down by Prophet Ibrahim. The Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Honorable Adeoye Aribasoye, has expressed the legislative body's readiness to enact a law prohibiting smoking in public places. The Speaker disclosed this while receiving leaders and members of the National Youth Councils of Nigeria, NYCN, led by the State Chairman, Oluwasegun Famuyibo. Aribasoye said both smokers and non-smokers were victims of public smoking, added that the state government had zero tolerance for drug and substance abuse by youth. The Speaker charged parents and other stakeholders to join hands with state government to battle the menace of drug abuse to a standstill in order to have a saner society, cautioning that drug abusers will face the wrath of the law. The Governor Hamudu Fintiri of Adamawa State has inaugurated 454 housing units built by the United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR, to resettle over 2,700 victims of Boko Haram insurgency forced to flee their homes. The housing units are located in Lambodo, Grey local government area of the state. Fintiri, during the inaugurations of the housing unit on Tuesday, applauded the role of the United Nations High Commissions for Refugees for bringing succor to IDPs in the northeast. The governor reminded that over the years, Adamawa State had borne tremendous burden of caring for IDPs fleeing insurgency and other forms of conflict in the northeast, as well as from neighboring countries such as Cameroon. The United Nations Refugee Agency representative in Nigeria, Chaya Kapaya, explained that the project was a pilot intervention project in the state as part of collective pursuit of durable solutions in addressing the plight of internally displaced persons. You are listening to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, business, sports, and foreign. Do stay with us. In business, World Bank has stated that Nigeria has one of the highest inflation rates, which pushed an estimated 4 million people into poverty between January and May 2023. This was disclosed during the launch of the June 2023 edition of the Nigerian Development Update on Tuesday in Abuja. The International Bank said about 7.1 million vulnerable Nigerians would become poorer if the federal government fails to compensate or provide palliatives for them following the removal of fuel subsidy. According to the World Bank data, 89.8 million Nigerians were poor as at the beginning of this year. It added that additional 4 million Nigerians became poor between January and May 2023, raising the figure to 93.8 million. The World Bank added that the number of poor people in rural areas increased by an estimated 4%, while in urban settings there was an estimated increase of 11%. The World Apex, however, warns that numbers of poor Nigerians will rise to 100.9 million if the government fails to compensate vulnerable citizens for fuel subsidy removal. In sport, world record holder Tobi Amuson clocked a fastest time of the year to finish third at the Golden Spikes meet in Ostrava in a race won by Olympic champion Jasmine Camacho Queen of Puerto Rico. Amusan settled for third in a season's best time of 12.47 seconds behind Olympic champion Jasmine, who had a strong finish to win the race in 12.42 seconds, while US sensation Tia Jones was second in 12.44 seconds. Amusan's next race will be on Friday this week at the Lausanne Diamond League, competing against the heavyweight holders Camacho Queen, Tia Jones, and one of the most improved hodlers of the season, Anasa Johnson. To end the world news, a quick recap of the major headlines. President Tinubu assures of efforts to solve Nigerian problems. The federal government issued vehicular certificate to registered vehicles nationwide. In the world of business, World Bank wants poor Nigerians may eat 100 million without palliatives. And in sport, Amushan finishes third behind Camacho Queen at Ostrava Golden Spike. The world news was edited and packaged by Abidat Taurid. For more news updates, you can follow us on all our social media handle or log on to our website www.Al-IyamoyeTVradio.com. Thanks for listening, good afternoon, and enjoy your Salah period. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA.